시민들이 숨어있는 빈대를 완전히 방지하기는 어렵다고 생각합니다. 그래서 지난 10월 24일로 기억이 됩니다. 서울시 전 부서에 선제 대응을 지시를 했습니다.
서울시와 지금 용산보건소, 용산구와 같이 해서 오늘 전체적으로 65개 동을 같이 방역을 하기로 했습니다.
So bedbugs are blood-sucking insects. So they evolved to feed on mammals. So basically, there are more than 70 species of bedbugs, but only 2 species that feed exclusively on humans. So it's like many years of evolution. So basically, there are one species. I think in Korea it will be the common bedbug. Then in the subtropical tropical region would be the tropical bedbug.
When humans moved into caves about 37,000 years ago, there were these bugs in there that were feeding on the blood of bats. And of course, when humans move into an area, we usually kick the animals out. So we made the bats leave, and the bugs were there going, what are we going to eat now? And those bugs that were actually to make the adjustment, actually able to change their day-night cycle so that they could live with humans and feed instead of bats, and were able to reproduce on sucking human blood, have basically been with us ever since.
Scientifically, two words are more accurate.
How bedbugs got the name bedbug was because most people, because of the bedbug day-night cycle, are bitten at night when they're asleep. And so the bedbugs are active at night, come out, feed on humans, and then leave us, go back to their cracks and crevices.
We started hearing about outbreaks in Paris and then in London and then now here. So is this a sudden resurgence of bedbugs? Have they always been around and we just didn't know? What's happening?
I mean, I can tell you absolutely with full confidence that bedbugs are not a new thing. They haven't suddenly exploded in numbers that's concerning anybody within the industry. They've always been there.
So most people haven't heard the media talking about bedbugs, but then we have Fashion Week in Paris comes up, and a lot of people are traveling in. They're checking their hotel rooms because everybody knows, oh, we heard we have to check for bedbugs in the hotels. And if anybody found anything, then it gets reported and boom, it's back in the media again.
I think most likely to be related to international travel. I think this increased travel after the pandemic may be probably the primary reason for the increase in the bedbug cases. There may be other cases, but this is just probably the most important one.
They'll get in amongst our luggage and travel with us, and then again, unfortunately, we then drop them off. So yes, an increase in travel. We all were eager to get out of lockdown and experience the world again, rightly so. But unfortunately, certainly the bedbugs, they wanted to come with us.
A lot of people are now very concerned and worried, especially about being in public spaces, sitting, in buses or trains, going to hotels. Are their fears overblown?
I think they are too overly concerned because mostly bedbugs will stay on the bed or sofa where people sleep or rest. It's not very common for bedbugs to stay on the clothing unless the people, don't wash the clothing very often. They put the clothing on the bed, on the sofa, and then wear them next day. So the chance of bringing bedbugs to the public place is not actually very common. And even they are brought to the common place, they may not basically stay in the common place. They may be carried to somewhere else. So I think in most cases, the concern is not justified. Is low, right? Only when you stay for some time, say you stay for half an hour, 1 hour, then there is a chance. But if you only stay for a few minutes, sit down, leave, or just stay there, stand, then you wouldn't get bed bugs easily.
It's a very avoidable problem, but it's only avoidable by educating everyone. So, particularly in South Korea, I don't think people need to try and avoid using public transport. What I would encourage is that they spend 30 seconds looking at the seats. Check before you sit down. Make sure that the space that you're about to use is clean and well presented, and that way, if there is a problem, you can always alert the authorities. And you've got to bring the whole fight forward towards monitoring for bed bugs. Spend 30 minutes once a month cleaning your bed. So you lift the sheets off, you vacuum around the top of the mattress, you turn the mattress over, you vacuum the underside, you lift the mattress off, and you vacuum through the frame of the bed. And the first time you do this, you're going to be shocked at how dirty it is, but then after that, it becomes easy to do.
Bedbugs don't transmit disease or anything. They're just obnoxious. And yeah, they're a pest. You don't want them living in your home and things like that. But yeah, just don't be afraid of them. But yes, it is helpful to be aware and know what they look like. And that's one thing I was hoping I could point out here. I know it's hard to see, but realize these are adult bed bugs. And one thing I hear from people on a regular basis, they're like, oh, they're so small, you can't see them, right? No, you can totally see these, so they're hard to miss.
Yeah, I mean, some organisations are reporting a 65% increase in calls in the last couple of months. And again, for me, the experience that I have within the industry is that, like I said, knowledge is power. And the more the public know about an issue, such as bed bugs, the more they'll take notice. So cities like London, Leeds and Manchester, which are northern cities, they're all seeing a slight increase in bed bug call outs because, as I said, they're knowledge, but also there's a lot of people there.
Doing better than the French, you're doing better than the Brits, doing much better than the Americans, because there's that joined up thinking. But it has to be driven absolutely through every strata of society. Hotels have to be forced to use monitors to do things properly. Student accommodation has to be run correctly. Hospitals, care facilities, libraries, doctors. Everyone needs to have their own individual what do bed bugs mean to us. And that kind of stuff takes years to put together.
I am particularly impressed. I must admit, I've had a read through this morning, as I said, of the different guidelines that are out there and protocols, and I know it's part of the home policy. They've given guidance on what to do to prevent bed bugs as well as identifying them. Like I said, knowledge is power. If you know how to identify a bed bug, that's your first battle. So once you've got that knowledge, you can then help prevent things and then deal with it as well. So yeah, the information out there, I'm very impressed with it. I haven't seen anything like that in Europe at the moment, and I think we could probably actually learn a lot from it.